It is your Classic Metal Show right here on the ClassicMetalShow.com. That, of course, is Death Dealer with Curse of the Heretic. And, man, I'm telling you what, Chris, that CD just rips your face off.
It's good stuff, man. It's good, thick, heavy metal, man.
It's just what I call classic metal.
It is. It's just fucking stomp you in the face music. I love it.
You know what's so unfortunate outside of the outlet of the Classic Metal Show and maybe the Madman or whatever? Mm-hmm. This stuff just does not get the exposure it deserves.
No, not at all. Not in the States anyway.
Yeah, how many people out there in general, granted what this kind of music is a niche market, but if it was on a bigger platform, I don't even know what a good platform would be for music these days.
Yeah, I have no idea. Well, I mean, the tough thing is that it's available on those platforms, but much like everything else, it's hard. People don't know where to find it, because it's on like Spotify or Slacker,
but you have to go seek it out, though. It's not promoted. That's kind of where I'm going with this, is that there's not a platform out there that promotes this kind of music. How many people, in general, do you think would go if they knew this existed? If they weren't one of those hardcores that go out there and seek this stuff, but if they just happen to catch it on a popular platform of some kind, they would go, "Man, that kicks ass. Where could I get that?"
Well, you got to hope that there's some. I mean, I know that with like Slacker or Pandora or now even Spotify, they have like the radio type thing where you pick a band that you like and then they play like bands.
Yeah, so, kind of like Vivo. Vivo is real good about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Vivo's like the video equivalent of it. And, I mean, I guess the hope is for these bands is that, somebody will put it on Slacker and they'll search for, I don't know, what would be a big...
Judas Priest.
Judas Priest. And they'd play a Death Dealer song and they'd be like, "Ooh, what the fuck was that?"
Because that is very Judas Priestish.
Yeah, kind of. A lot heavier, but
well, yeah, but I mean, it's in that kind of that. It's like beyond the realms of death.
Yeah, or Painkiller or something.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of there, but it's wow, it's a little heavier than that.
Well, I'm not saying it's not heavier. I'm just saying that it would fit in good if somebody was listening to some classic Priest. They could very easily throw that Death Dealer in, and it would fit.
Mm-hmm.
Same way with the Primal Fear you picked earlier, or even the New Metal Church I played earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, dude, it's definitely tough for these bands these days, and that's why there's so few of them out there anymore.
Yeah, see, Mr. Scary, the Painkiller era.
Yeah,
it's in that vein.
Mm-hmm. That's right in that same the same style.
But man, I'll tell you what, I'm still reeling from that Metal Church.
That's good shit, man.
I just love that classic Metal Church sound.
Yeah, it's really good stuff. I like it too.
Yeah. So, anyway, I'm stoked about this year's music selections.
Yeah, we're gonna have a good top 20 this year, easily. Do we get anybody involved, or just me and you?
Well, we could. We've never done just a me and you.
No, we haven't. Do you want to do it me and you?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Let's just do a me and you.
All right, cool, because that'll be easy and shorter.
We did include Joe Freelance as a guest, a CMS longtime listener guy.
Yeah.
A couple of years ago, and that worked out well.
It worked out well. I mean, we could do now. Bandian would probably do it,
although he really cheapened his top 10 or whatever we did a couple of years ago. He didn't really turn in much work product there at all.
Who?
But no, Bandian.
Yeah.
His total talking time, I think we were only doing top 10 at that time.
Yeah.
I think his total talking time was like less than 5 minutes on 10 songs. I think he did like 30 seconds on each song.
It's too funny.
He didn't really elaborate much.
Well, if we do a top 20, that'll be 40 songs. That'll be more than we've played in the last 6 months.
That's true.
It's too funny.
I guess we could ask the fans what they think. I mean, do they want a top 20 from Chris and Neeley, or would they like a top 10 from, say, a Red and Jerry and Chris and Neeley, Who else could we invite? Maybe the Johns from Metal Lessons back to make a cameo or something like that. Or
we could do them. We could do who knows? I mean, we have enough friends that we could.
The guys from Maximum Threshold.
Yeah, they could do one. Who knows? The Madman. If the Madman wants to do, but he does his own countdown.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he likes to mingle.
Nah, he would.
No, I think we've asked him to do it before. Oh, I'm doing my own, dude. I'm just doing my own.
Well, I mean, he'd be allowed. I mean, whatever. Whether he would, he wouldn't. I mean, certainly wouldn't hurt to ask him if he wants to. But that's fine. I don't know. I'm kind of just for us personally.
Well, we've never done it. I think it would be a kind of an idea. Just we'll do one show with top 20.
Yeah. And it'll be short, and I like that.
It'll be just top 20.
Yeah, top 20, me and you. Be like a 4-hour broadcast. I like it.
Too many top whatevers cheapens it.
Yeah.
Well, there's some truth to that, I guess.
Yeah, and what's interesting is if you and I do a top 20, it'll probably be 30 different bands.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Because you and I never come up with the same band. We come up with usually like 5 or 6 bands the same.
Yeah, common, and then the rest of them are different. Yeah,
and then the rest is always different goofy shit, because I have much more, I go for the ballad shit just to piss people off. Here's number 1. It's Chicago.
Yeah. Well, you fans who are, who I see more votes in the chat room anyway for just a you and I show.
Okay.
Email us your thoughts. Top CDs that maybe you've listened to and you like.
Yeah.
Because maybe we can do like a shout out type thing, instead of just us top 20.
What about here? Now this is the idea. You and me and Mark Nero.
Well, I think what we should do though is I agree with the you and me thing.
Yeah.
But I think we should have our fans email in, say, one song.
Okay.
Say, this is my top pick song by Okie Tigress.
Okay.
This is what she wants to hear this year or thought was a great song or, Demon or, whoever. Everybody just kind of mail in their thoughts. And that way, since, our 4-hour show between you and I, we can intersperse it with the fans' picks as well.
Sure. You don't like the idea of, how about this? We do me and you for a 4-hour show and then Mark Nero for the last 2 hours so that we can watch the chat room empty out and nobody listen. Kind of just like when Mark is talking. No?
Well, why do you want to beat up on that poor guy? He's probably just exhausted from fighting the Haitians and then you're like piling on top of that.
If he wants the Haitians to go away, just talk to him.
Yeah.
They'll run.
Angel of Death, how about Tim James?
Oh, now we're talking.
He likes quality music.
Now we're talking. I really kind of like that idea. I really like that idea.
Sure.
Me, you, and Tim James.
Right.
Oh, I do like that idea a lot.
Tim has become a rising star on the show this year, so, he could get the guest slot.
Yeah, but Tim has to hold the microphone so that we can hear it shaking real bad. By the way, I get yelled at constantly about making Tim James jokes.
Who yells at you about that?
John, Stephanie, a lot of people that listen.
Why is that?
They can't stand that I make CP jokes.
Oh, stop it.
They're all like, you're so fucking mean to that guy. That guy does nothing but love your show, and you're such a dick to him.
No, dude,
he gets the joke.
He gets it.
Of course he does.
If he wouldn't call in every week.
Yeah, of course he gets it.
Nobody's given him more exposure and attention than the Classic Metal Show.
Yeah, not even Aussie 103 or whatever the fucking he was on that TV show,
right? Or your pal Michael Butler.
Yeah, Michael Butler. He's blind.
Yeah, he's a blind guy.
Exactly.
How about Demon? I vote for Neeley, Chris, and Randy.
Randy. Oof. Randy alone would be a 6 hour to get 20 songs out. Well, you know what, dude? I just don't want to say anything bad about anybody else that's on the list.
Probably,
let me give you my other 50 that would have been in there.
Probably either by 1 or 2 is the new Bret Michaels, Jamming with Friends.
I know you guys don't like Bret, but you know what? He's really a swell guy, man. And, he tried something different with You Know You Want It. And that would be my number one. You Know You Want It, because I want it, because I'm Randy.
He was just branching out and being successful in other genres. And
dude, when I was in Wicked Heart, we also took chances, just like Bret's doing now. And we're almost the same band. And
Mr. Scary, we should ask the German guy his top 20.
Yeah, his top 20. Number 1, Himmler. Number 2, Mengele. Number 3, Goebbels, whatever. Yeah, I took some Neeley like slack for calling him Goebbels instead of Goebbels.
Goebbels.
Yeah, I took some email this week. It's Goebbels, you dickhead.
Who said that?
A couple people.
Really?
A couple of emails.
Oh, really?
Of course.
Well, when you're thinking on the fly, sometimes it doesn't come out perfectly.
Yeah. How about that? I did a 40-minute segment rattling off fucking names off the cuff.
Yeah.
All right? Cut me some slack.
On the fly. Let me see you do that.
I'm sorry I don't know my fucking Nazi killers as well as you.
It's like, and how's your show going?
Yeah. How many Nazi killers can you name on the fly while you're making fun of somebody?
Right.
That wasn't easy.
Making fun of somebody without them even knowing it.
And look at MOL. Nice Among Gets reference. Look at me.
Yeah.
Eat a dick, anybody that sent me an email this week about Goebbels or Goebbels.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
Yeah. How's your show going?
That's right, fuckhead. That's right, Butler.
Your pal John, when he was trying to be like an angry caller.
Yeah.
I said I wanted to hear something. Where's your show? How come what do you play on your show?
Fucking tool. I'm glad you smashed him.
I did.
Good. He needs it. He needs a good smashing every once in a while.
I just call in as a fan, and you're just like, well, what do you play on your show? And he, me.
Good. Fuck him. Give him a good smack. He needs it. In fact, I'm going to text him right now that he's taking a beating. Right?